morning, Chad. Good morning, everybody else. He just corrects me every time if it's not. All right, we're in our first week back in session of a new year, and the majority in this House is really only focused on two things. First, stalling of their self-described urgent impeachment, and secondly, blaming America for Iran's escalation. Now, let's first talk about the impeachment. When you sit and read and listen to lawmakers in Speaker Pelosi's own party, have no idea what she is doing. Senator Feinstein, the senator from California, my senator and Speaker Pelosi's senator, but she's even more. She's the hometown senator for Nancy Pelosi. She said, the longer it goes on, the less urgent it becomes. So if it's serious and urgent, send them over. If it is not, don't send it over. Chairman Adam Smith, Speaker Pelosi's own chairman on armed services, at 9:35 this morning, he said, it is time for Speaker Pelosi to send the articles of impeachment to the Senate. I understand what the Speaker is trying to do, but at the end of the day, just like we control it in the House, Mitch McConnell controls it in the Senate. Or Congressman Jamie Raskin, a member of the House Judiciary, but also the member who was selected to represent impeachment inside the Rules Committee. He said, there can't be an indefinite delay. Obviously, there's a constitutional and political clock ticking at this point. We are eager to see that things move forward. But I just listened to Speaker Pelosi say she wasn't moving them yet. I'm not sure if she's just embarrassed of the work that's being done or if she lied to us about being urgent. On Iran, yesterday the president confirmed he was focused on de-escalation and defending the American people. Instead of working with the administration to make America stronger, Democrats are working against us to make us weaker. Make no mistake, today's war powers resolution cannot become law. By definition, it will never be sent to the president, and it will never limit his constitutional authority to defend the American people. It is a concurrent resolution. This is the type of resolution that we invite the soapbox derby to the Capitol. This is a meaningless vote that only sends the wrong message that the House Democrats would rather stand with the socialist base than stand against Iran. Now, I listened to Speaker Pelosi in a question that Chad asked her about the concurrent resolution. And I want to clear up because I believe most of that was fake news. Contrary to what the Speaker said, the resolution before the House is non-binding. It does not have the force of law. The Supreme Court found that in Chanda case, the concurrent resolutions are unconstitutional as a means to limit the executive branch. For someone that I hear and claim so deeply about the Constitution, I think our Speaker needs to brush up actually on her facts. Let's open it up for questions. Yes, sir.
Mr. Leader, the Speaker continued to say today that she needs to see more from Senator McConnell on what the trial will look like before she sends the articles. Why is that an unreasonable request? Why shouldn't Leader McConnell just come out and show what the rules of this proceeding are before she sends the articles?
Did she say that with a straight face? You sat through this impeachment. You watched the Speaker of the House deny any rules going forward in the House. You watched the Speaker of the House change every history we have when it comes to impeachment. We had a history about how we dealt with Clinton and how we dealt with Nixon in a fair process. She changed all that so it could not become fair. She took it out of the judiciary and put it into the Intel Committee, where they couldn't focus on other things that are going around the world, only focus on impeachment. She denied the own members the ability to ask questions, and only for the first 45 minutes that the chair and someone not even elected to Congress had the power to ask questions. She denied the minority to be able to have witnesses. She denied the accused, the president, to even have legal counsel. And she has the gall to say she wants to determine what happens in the Senate? Maybe she's more concerned that her case is so weak. I've listened to Mitch McConnell, who, you know what, stays with the fair process that President Clinton had. He said he would move forward with that. The Speaker does not have the power to continue to hold. This is something that is passed in the House and has constitutionally has to move to the Senate. She told us it was urgent. That's why we had to move so quickly. And now she thinks she has the power of the Senate? Again, I wish she would read the Constitution and understand what power she has and what she does not have.
Do you support the Republican senators who are pushing to start the trial without the articles?
You know what? I support the Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein, who said the longer it goes on, the less urgent it becomes. So if it is serious and urgent, send them over. If it is not, don't send it over. So in the answer to Senator Feinstein, I guess the Speaker is saying, I guess it's not too important. Why did you waste an entire majority on trying to impeach a president and then hold the papers? Or what about her own committee chairman, Adam Smith, who said it is time? The only person who does not believe it's time is the Speaker, and I do not know why. Maybe the case is too weak. Yes. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. The Senators Mike Lee and Rand Paul came out yesterday's briefing with the administration saying that they encouraged them not to have a debate on war powers. They came out calling this un-American and are siding with Democrats, Tim Kaine, and their war powers resolution. Do you think it's a debate worth having around war powers? Why would you say this debate wouldn't be worth having?
Well, first of all, they're lying to the American public by a concurrent resolution. It has no power. It has no power whatsoever. It's equivalent to when we invite the soapbox derby to the Capitol Hill. So the Speaker just stood before you and either does not know the meaning of the Constitution or she lied to you. I'm not sure which one it is. The idea that they want to curb the ability of the president to react when more than 600 Americans have been killed, when our embassy has been attacked, when an American was killed and that was a red line? When did you ever? No, we can gladly debate it. I'd love to debate it. But the idea of the timing and what does it send to the rest of the world? I never thought there would be a moment in time that the Speaker of the House of Representatives would actually be defending Soleimani. The idea of this individual in this moment in time, that they would be defending Iran, that somehow they did not escalate this. When a president stood before the world and the country yesterday about de-escalating, what do you say to all the Gold Star families? Did you listen to what the Speaker just said? Soleimani was a bad person, but. There is no but. He's a bad person because he killed American soldiers. He's a bad person because he led us against the embassy. He's a bad person because he went after the tankers. He's a bad person because he bombed the refinery. He's a bad person because he was planning more against Americans. The president was right in his actions, and we are safer today for it. I think that part of what the Democrats are doing today is wrong. And in the current information that I just heard coming out about the airliner and not supplying the black box, I think the Democrats should pause and have the information, if it was what is being said is true right now, of why that airliner went down. Why would you defend Iran and not protect America?
McCarthy. Thank you. Is there risk for Republicans if the Senate, regardless of what rules they operate under for a Senate trial, taking care of this too quickly, being perceived as moving too expeditiously once it does get over there, that's danger for Republicans because it looks as though Republicans writ large are going overboard to defend the president?
Not at all. That we're moving too quickly.
I'm saying if the Senate, if they don't, give this 5 6 weeks like they did with President Clinton in 1999, if that's the model that Mitch McConnell wants to adhere to.
Well, there was no time set when you went and did Clinton. I mean, the Senate has the right to sit down and look at the facts. This is different because this is, according to Jonathan Turley, a constitutional lawyer, which I think is probably the one who's most respected in this country, who is a Democrat, who did not vote for the president. He said it was the fastest, thinnest impeachment in the history of America. He said the only abuse of power would be actually moving forward on the Democrats if they move forward with this impeachment. So I'm sorry if this is so weak. And when I listened to the Speaker said she's really concerned about bipartisanship. Yeah, she said that last year in March, why impeachment could not move forward. But when impeachment moved forward, The only bipartisan vote was no. So with her own rules of how to move forward, she broke them. She broke the history of how we did it in the House when it came to fairness. And now she wants to impose something upon the Senate that she would not use herself. I can't imagine how she does that with a straight face. I couldn't imagine you not questioning her on it as well.
Leader McCarthy.
Yes.
This past week, an attorney for Lev Parnas tweeted out 2 pictures with you and his client. One of them had you and his client and Vice President Pence. In response to those tweets by Lev Parnas' attorney, I was hoping you could clarify what your relationship is to Mr. Parnas and what you've done with the money that he donated to you.
Thank you for that really imposing question. I guess I met him one time and he came to an event and took a picture with
What was
me.
the event?
Not quite sure. I'd have to look at the picture to see what it is. I do events every single day, and I do pictures with thousands of people all the time. And the money, when we found out later that he donated a campaign, we donated it away to charity. Any other questions? Yes.
Just to clarify something you just
Please.
said, you said that the speaker was defending Soleimani. Do you agree that she is defending one of the leaders of Iran who's been an enemy against the United States, rather than raising concerns about the killing of him and the ramifications that it could have for U.S. interests?
I sit in Gang of 8 meetings, and I sat in the classified meeting. It was justified. And anybody who sat in there knows it. Anytime I hear a Democrat talk about him and say he was bad, but then use the word but, yes, I question it. There is no but when it comes to Soleimani. He was bad because, not but. He was bad because he killed more than 600 American soldiers. He was bad because of the attacks and the American citizens he killed. He was bad because he went after our embassy. He was bad because he was planning to kill more Americans. So no, I never use the word but when I refer to him, and I don't think any other American should either. And if they do, I'll question them on it as well. Thank you very much.